Hello everybody, it's Nikisa. I literally just woke up this Sunday morning and I wanted to post another video about my week this week living with lymphedema. This week was better than the week before because I changed up my commute to work and I no longer have to spend 3 hours in the car, so that helps a lot with my swelling, so I didn't notice as much swelling this week. It has been kind of hot where I live, and so that always makes us have a little bit more swelling sometimes, but I managed to still control it pretty well with compression and elevation. I thought that I would focus this video on what I felt like and what my response was when I first got diagnosed with lymphedema. When I first got diagnosed with lymphedema, it was by a vascular surgeon. He knew that I did not have an issue with my blood flow in my veins. He did, I think it was called a Doppler test or something along those lines, and they determined that I had no blockages in my veins in my legs, so it must be lymphedema. So that vascular surgeon referred me to the local pharmacy to get some over-the-counter compression socks. And as many of you who have lymphedema or have a loved one who has lymphedema knows that the over-the-counter compression socks are not nearly as strong as they need to be to control this condition. Some people are able to use them if they have stage 0 lymphedema, but most of the time they're not. So I went to get the compression socks, but at the time I only had lymphedema in the one foot, so I wore the socks very sporadically, not nearly with any type of consistency. However, back then my swelling would go down at night, and I even one time took a 1-week staycation from work, and my swelling was almost non-existent. I kind of ate a vegetarian meal plan that week, and I read a lot, and I had my feet elevated on my couch, and that plus just my denial made me think that I must not have lymphedema. I must have something else, or it's just some hereditary quirky thing that I got from my grandmother, who thought that she had swelling in her feet and legs from sodium. So she would cut back on sodium and use low sodium salt substitutes and things like that. But I know now that she most likely had lymphedema, and I most likely inherited it from her. And this was my maternal grandmother, and I also have family members who have been properly diagnosed on my father's side who have lymphedema as well, so it runs in both sides of my family. But anyway, I went for years in denial, uneducated about lymphedema and how it affects you and how it can be progressive and how it is a lifetime condition that you need to manage. I didn't get really serious about caring for my lymphedema until it spread from one foot to the other. Once that happened, I went right into action. I read as much as I could, researched as much as I could, got my primary care doctor on board, went to a local lymphedema center that was, I believe it's 90 minutes from where I lived at the time, one way, and I took an all-day class with my partner about self-care at home and all the things you need to do, from diet, exercise, safe exercises for the condition, skincare, manual lymphatic drainage, wrapping, all of those things. And we learned a lot about the Lymphedema Treatment Act as well, which I'll talk about in a future video. It's very important for us to get the things that we need, the tools that we need to properly care for ourselves that are currently not typically covered by health insurance. So after I took that class, I advocated strongly and fought with my insurance company to get a Flexi-Touch pump, and I eventually won that fight, and I got it. And that's not to say that they paid for all of it. I did have to make payment arrangements to pay for my portion because it is quite spendy. But I was able to get that, and I got a recumbent style stationary bike as well. And all of those things combined made me believe that I still didn't have to wear compression. Years ago, after I was diagnosed for the second time with lymphedema, I went to a lymphedema treatment center at a local hospital, and I got wrapped for the first time, and that was a really challenging experience for me. I had to go see my therapist several times a week, and I had to stay wrapped for 23 and a half hours per day. And I was really younger back then, and I just thought I can never do this again. But actually, I'm thinking about getting wrapped again sometime in the near future, and then hopefully getting my swelling down even more. I'm at stage 1 now, so I'm hoping to get to stage 0 with my swelling and then get into a custom compression sock, which will hopefully help my swelling stay completely down if I'm very religious about my compression and all the other things that I need to do. But finally, a few years ago, I got very serious about also wearing compression every day. I even buy shoes that provide me with extra compression. I usually wear booty style short boots or tennis shoes or some kind of lace-up shoe, and that really helps to keep my swelling down and keep my feet as happy as they can be. And then I try to elevate as much as possible, use my recumbent bike, and I also have discovered for me that rebounding on a mini trampoline is very, very helpful in moving lymph, because I personally can feel it when the lymph does not move. I wanted to acknowledge for the people that are watching my video series who have lymphedema, or even loved ones of people who have lymphedema, the emotional and mental toll that it takes on you. One of the reasons that it took me so long to accept that I had the condition and to treat it properly is because I didn't want to accept it, and it does make you it can make you pretty depressed and hopeless, particularly when you learn that it's not something that's going to go away. It's something that's progressive if not treated properly, and even sometimes when you do the best that you can, the swelling can still get worse, or you can move from one stage to the other. A simple plane ride, a bug bite, contracting cellulitis, all of these things can make the progression of the condition take place. So I get it. I deal with anxiety about this a lot. I've definitely dealt with depression about it, and just feeling like it was unfair. However, I am involved with several support groups about the condition, and it really makes me feel better to help other people to talk to them, listen to them, give them tips, tell them what I do to manage mine, because I really was on my way to stage 2 if I had continued all of my bad habits, like getting pedicures, walking around barefoot, getting things stuck in my foot, going to doctors who knew nothing about lymphedema and allowing them to put me on diuretic pills and giving me cortisone shots in my affected foot. All of those things were horrible for my condition and could have been very, very disastrous. So I shudder to think about the times when those things were happening. But what I can say is finding a network of people to help you, to listen, to talk about things, and to educate yourself on the best way to handle your particular situation, because unfortunately one size does not fit all when it comes to management of this condition. So please do continue to watch my video series. I'm going to be very open, honest, and vulnerable about how this condition affects me. Like I said, it'll probably only be on a weekly basis because I have limited time during my work week to post videos. However, I'll try to do one at least once per weekend, if not twice. I hope that you enjoyed this particular video segment, and next time I will talk to you more about the tools that I use that help me, and things that I've learned that can possibly help you as well. Continue to stay well. Try to be your own best advocate, and remember that you're not alone. We're in it together. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.